Okay, so launching a free trial is one of the best ways for first-time founders and early-stage companies to get their initial set of paying customers. But if you're like me, you probably don't know where to get users from. You don't know who actually should be getting onto this free trial. You don't know in what state or condition your product should be in. Do I need it to have all the bells and whistles figured out? Or can I just release it now that it only has two buttons and one of them says delete accounts? You don't know how to ask for money once the free trial is over, and it's kind of an awkward conversation. So I'm going to walk you through 3 tips that I learned personally from experience running my own free trial for my startup NXoCare. And hopefully these can help you take your initial set of potential users into paying customers that love your product and advocate for it to everyone and anyone. So welcome back to the channel. My name is David, and in this video I'm going to walk you through how you can structure a better free trial for your SaaS product. And so if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that at some point in the future or currently you're running a free trial for a product that you've developed and you want to figure out maybe how to get these free users into paying customers. So stick around. I'm going to share 3 tips that I learned from running a free trial of my own for my own startup and some things you should definitely avoid. At the end of the video, I'm also going to, actually, you can download it right now. I created a free template on how to manage your own free trial program. And it's a Notion template you can download for free in the description down below. So without wasting too much time, let's get right into it. Before we get into the 3 tips, let's make a distinction on what's a free trial and what's a freemium. So a free trial is basically a period in time where your product is free and your users can take advantage of the product and its benefits for free. After that, it's going to convert and they need to start paying to continue using the platform or the products. A freemium is a subscription model that is free with limited features and your users can use indefinitely. But then you have a premium that probably has more advanced features that if your users are willing to or want to take advantage of those, then they'd switch from freemium to premium. Personally, I like the free trial because it's the best of both worlds in my opinion. It gets your users in the door with low risk. And if they really see value in your product, then they can stick around after the free trial. So with that out of the way, let's get into the first tip. So don't just get anyone to sign up for your free trial. You actually want to qualify the people signing up for the free trial, and what that means is you want to introduce some friction. You don't want it to be very easy, like name, email, and just like that they've signed up for the free trial. You actually want to find out, hey, what's the problem that you're experiencing. You want to figure out what are they actually using in their day-to-day life to address this problem. You want to figure out if they're actually trying to address the problem, because the truth is not everyone's going to use your app to its full potential during that free trial. The people that you want to target are early adopters, even within your target customer segments. And so for our case, we were developing an online platform to help cancer patients and their providers to better access and share their health information between themselves. On the patient side, our target customers were cancer patients and also cancer survivors. But our early adopters were not just any cancer patient. It was those that were in active treatments, actively managing their health information outside of patient portals. And we're using one tool or the other to do that, whether those were binders, folders, whatever it may be. Those were the people that would have used our solution and our platform more than those that were casually or passively keeping track of things. So that's my first tip. Make sure you don't get anyone, just anyone, to sign up for a free trial. Make sure it's users, early adopters that are looking for a solution to the problem you're trying to solve. Okay, so for my second tip, I would say just start and don't worry about your product or your process. Those will develop over time. Your product doesn't have to be complete. It doesn't need to have all the bells and whistles. It doesn't need to have a dark mode. It doesn't need to have the best UI in the world, except one of your core value proposition is the user interface. But what it does need to have is it needs to deliver on your core value proposition. It needs to deliver to your users what you said you would give them in your solution. So for our example, when we were developing NXoCare, we told our users that whatever system you were currently using outside of patient portals, this would be better. This would help you to organize all your records, documents inside one platform that you can access across multiple devices. This would enable you to be able to take down notes, log symptoms. Like we didn't have all the features figured out. And I'm actually going to link a Loom folder where we had our tutorial videos that actually showed, hey, this feature is disabled, hey, this feature is disabled, hey, this feature is disabled. But those features were not core to the key value proposition that we're offering users, which was effortlessly managing their health information across multiple devices. And that's the first thing that you want to make sure. Make sure you're delivering on your core value proposition before giving out your product. But don't worry if it's not as polished as you would like it to be. The second thing I would say is to develop the basics of your process. So I created a free Notion template that you can download that just walks you through some of the basics of what your free trial or early access process needs to have. It needs to have some key elements on what are your core features of not just the product, but the program, the free trial program as well. You need to figure out what's your onboarding going to look like, what's your check-in process and follow-up process going to look like, what's your offboarding going to look like, and how are you going to document all the data that you're gathering together, what's your tech stack going to look like, and where's your support page, because you really need to have a support page. If users have questions using your platform, are they going to send an email? Are they going to send a chat? How are they going to get in touch with you? Do you have a tutorial page to walk them through the basic steps of using your platform? So those are just some things to consider before launching a free trial. But again, they don't have to be too packaged. And if you're overthinking things like I did, you can download the free Notion template I developed, link in the description, down in the description, and you can hopefully get a head start on developing your process. The final thing that you should keep in mind is, or make sure that you do actually, is iterate on the product, iterate on the process. Focus more on the product than the process. But the product essentially is when users ask for feedback, or when users give feedback where they tell you about bugs that you should probably fix, or features that didn't occur to you. We should definitely have added that in there. We should definitely have added this procedure. We should have added this process. Oh, this user flow is absolutely terrible. Or why is this button placed at the top right corner where no one can find it? It should be somewhere that your eyes can easily track to. Implement those changes quickly. I'd say within hours or days. And if it's going to take longer, be transparent about how long it's going to take to implement features, and if you're going to even implement features at all, because you don't want to just add every single thing that comes in. You want to filter what are the best suggestions, what are the things we can actually focus on now, and what are things that we can reserve down the line and maybe look at them. So that was definitely a case with NXoCare. We had a lot of feature requests come in. I built a whole feature pipeline of things that we're going to build out, but we only implemented the key ones that were going to deliver immediate value to our users during the free trial process. All right, for my final tip, we will talk about when to ask for money. And this is kind of an awkward conversation if you make it awkward. Sales does not come naturally to most people. Actually, it did not come naturally to me. I felt very awkward asking for money, but thankfully it's a free trial, and it's understood that in a free trial, actually make it understood. Be explicit about the fact that there is a trial period, and at the end of this trial period, you're going to either have to become a paying customer to keep using the platform, or we'll offboard you off the platform. Be nice about it, but like when you're talking to your users, when you're bringing them onto the free trial, make sure that there's an understanding that this will not be free forever, even though some people really want it to be. And yeah, you can make exceptions here and there, but you're running a business, not a charity. So when do you ask for money? You ask for money ideally at the end of the free trial, and the amount that you ask for should be proportional to the value that you delivered. And so if at the end of the free trial, no one really used your platform, no one really used your product, you didn't really implement the feedback, or even after implementing the feedback, users didn't really get any value from using your solution. And then once you ask them, hey, would you now be willing to start paying a subscription or whatever your pricing model is, they're probably gonna say no. And that makes sense, because if they did not use your platform or your product for free, why would they use it when you charge them for it? It doesn't make any sense. You want to make sure that they're the most engaged in the free trial process. And that's why it's also very important to get the right users and the right early adopters to use your platform, because those are the people that are going to give you key feedback, and they're the people likely to pay once the free trial is done. So if you're running into those hurdles of, hey, you're asking them to pay, the free trial is over, and they're not willing to pay, actually it's a perfect opportunity to find out why. So always ask why. It's like, if someone says yes to a thing, ask why. If someone says no to a thing, ask why. You're always going to learn something with that simple question of why. There's this theory of the 5 whys. So ask why 5 times and you get to the root of a problem. I don't know if you need to ask 5 times, but definitely ask once and see why didn't they want to use it. So for one of the very first free trial calls that I scheduled, it was an onboarding call. The lady that I was speaking to, she was a cancer survivor, and she was like, yeah, I wouldn't use this. And I asked why. And she was like, well, maybe back in the day when I was actively in the thick of it and going through treatments and multiple appointments and labs and all of that, I would definitely use this. But right now, I don't see the doctor often enough to have this much granular control over my health information. And it was very good feedback. We didn't waste any of our times. I told her thank you, have a good day. She told me thank you, have a good day. Like, if you can't make the sale, don't force the sale. You want to leave people with a good memory of your product and of you, so don't force them into something that they don't want to sign up for. But always ask why, so that you can learn and take that feedback and improve your product, improve your process, improve your messaging, improve your targeting. There's so many things that you can improve by just asking why. So I hope you found some value in these 3 tips. Let me know in the comment section. Give me a like so I can know that this was actually helpful to you. And I'll probably be releasing a few more videos related to these topics of startups, entrepreneurship, marketing, all that good stuff in the future. Maybe in 2025 we'll have a few more. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.